Katina from Park Yoga Hebbitry in Exeter, and this class is all about twists. So twists are so good for you. They're good for any back pain, good for digestion, good for sort of unraveling the spine and working up into the shoulders. So yeah, this is going to be a really feel-good flow. We're going to start seated and taking the hands to the knees. Close the eyes. Just take a moment to settle in. So lifting up through the spine, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Begin to tune in with your breath. First of all, take your awareness to your seat. Your pelvis made up of the two pelvic halves, and then in the center of the pelvic halves, the tailbone, sacrum, and the spine, all the way up into the neck. So tracing the line of the spine from the tailbone all the way up as it inserts into the skull. Flicker the eyelids open. So in a twist, you really need the base to be anchored so that you twist from the spine rather than the hips. So take your left hand to your right knee and your right arm behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Turn the chest to your right, but pull your left hip crease back. So you're moving from the spine rather than the hips. Tap that left hip back. And then we're going to go over to the other side. So right hand to your left knee, left arm behind. Turn your chest to your left. Tap your right hip back. That pulling the right hip back might mean you go a little bit less into the twist, but that's okay. You're really getting the integrity of the twist happening from the spine rather than the hips. Untwist, look forwards, and take your left leg out to the left. Bring your right sole of the foot into your left thigh. If you have a pulling in the back, pop yourself on a cushion or a blanket. Flex your left foot and take your left hand to your left shin. If you can reach maybe your left toes. Right arm goes up and take the right arm up overhead. So we start to curl the spine to the left and create space in the right side of the body. So feel the breath in the right side of the body there. Lovely, come back up. Turn your chest directly over your left leg and walk the hands about halfway to your mat. Take your right hand to the outside edge of your left calf. Take your left arm out to the left. If you've got the flexibility, you might be able to take that right hand to the outside edge of the left foot. Again, anchor down through the sit bone, but turn the chest to the left. For the twist. Good. Untwist, come back. Take your right leg out to the right and bring your left sole of the foot into the thigh. Take your right hand to the right shin, or if you can reach the right toes, and rise your left arm up. Take your left arm over to the right so you feel that stretch on the sides and the curling of the spine. Try to keep that left shoulder open rather than collapsing in. So if that means bringing the right hand further up the shin, do so. Because we want to create space in the body. Good, come back up. Turn the chest to your right. Take your left hand to the outside edge of your right calf, your right hand out to the side. Or if you've got the flexibility, left hand to the outside edge of your right foot. Now where the hands meet the leg or the floor, anchor down into the hands so that the spine or the chest can pivot over to the right. Untwist, come back up. Swivel round onto your hands and knees into tabletop. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Inhale into cow, tailbone up, belly draws down, open the chest. Exhale, scared cat, round the back, tailbone down, pucker the belly button up towards the spine, push the floor away. Again, inhale into cow, bum up, belly down, chest nice and open, broaden from left shoulder to right shoulder. And then exhale, round again, tailbone down, navel towards spine. Push the floor away and look towards your belly button to include the neck in that rounding. One more time. Inhale into cow. Exhale, scared cat. Back to tabletop. Rise your left arm up, inhale, thread the needle. Exhale, thread it through your right arm, place the left shoulder and left side of the head down to the mat. Now if you struggle with that, you might have a pillow under the shoulder or the head. Stretch your right arm up to the front of the mat. Come up onto the finger pads of your right hand, your top hand. And then to get the twist, anchor down into your left forearm as you swivel the chest to the right. Getting into the mid-back, upper back. Hopefully that feels really good. Lovely, pressing into your right hand, bring yourself back up to tabletop. Inhale into cow. Exhale, scared cat. Coming back to tabletop. Thread the needle on the other side, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, thread your right arm through your left arm, bring the shoulder and the side of the head down. Reach your left arm up to the front of the mat. Pull the twist, pulling the right hip crease back. Press into your right forearm, swivel the chest to your left. Press into your left hand. Bring yourself back up to tabletop. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale, downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, send your chest back towards your thighs. You might need a little wiggle of the legs, so pedal out the legs, wake up the toes. Then come into your full downward dog or still downward dog as you reach into the heels, press into the palms. Bend your knees, look between your hands. Walk, step or jump the feet between your hands. Straighten the legs, halfway lift, hands to shins or fingertips. And exhale, fold hands either side of your little toes, drop the head. So this can be done with legs bent or legs straight. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to standing. Palm to palm. And exhale, hands down through the chest. Bring your right sole of the foot up for tree pose. So either toes heel or sole of the foot to the calf or up into the thigh. Oops. So finding your balance, and then we're going to take the arms up. Find that strength from your pelvis down through that standing leg. Keep your left hip back as you turn the chest and spine to the right for the twist. Don't worry if you fall, just reset. Well done. Untwist, look forwards. Bring your right leg down. Bring the hands to the chest. Inhale, arms up, look up towards the front. Exhale, arms wide, fold forwards, reach down towards your little toes. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or fingertips. Exhale, place the hands down. Step your right leg back into a lunge. And you're just going to rock forwards and backwards, easing the hips open. Coming to a still lunge. Keep reaching for your right heel. You get long on that right leg. Stable in the hips, so try not to move the hips so much as you rise your left arm up, forward. Keep reaching through the right heel, extending up through that left hand. Bring your left hand down to the floor. We're going to high lunge. Sweep the arms up, palm to palm. Exhale, hands come down through the chest. Right elbow to the outside edge of your left thigh. Or if that's too much, stay with the first twist we did, with right hand down, left arm up. If you're in the twist, bring the belly away from the thigh, roll the left shoulder back. Well done. Hands down to the floor, step back to plank. Inhale at the top of your plank, look forward. Shift the weight forward into the fingertips, drop the knees, bend the elbows, lower the whole body down to the mat. Flatten the tops of the feet. Keep the elbows in, shoulder heads back. Inhale, lift the chest up. Hands assist. Keep broadening the shoulders. Exhale, ripple back down. Take your hands either side of the mat on your finger pads. Keep anchoring the pelvis down as you lift the spine up. Exhale, ripple back down. Hands either side of your ribs. Tuck the toes under. We're going to see if we can push back up to plank. Inhale, push up. Well done. Exhale, push back to downward dog. If you need some movement there, pedaling out the legs. And bending the knees, looking between the hands. Walk, step or jump the feet between the hands. Halfway lift, hands to shins or fingertips. Exhale, fold hands down either side of your little toes, drop the head. Press into the feet, arms wide, all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands down through the chest. Tree pose on the other side. So taking your left sole of the foot, either on the toes or the calf or up into the thigh. Draw that right hip in and take the arms up. Palms separate, facing each other. Think about your hips facing forward, keeping that right hip crease back as we twist to the left. One twist, come forward. Bring the left leg down, hands to the chest. Inhale, arms up, look up towards the thumbs. Exhale, arms wide, fold forward, bow down, hands either side of little toes, drop the head. Step your left leg back. Start to rock forwards and backwards, easing the hips open, waking up the toes. And then coming to your still lunge, pulling that right hip crease back to square off the hips. Rise your right arm up for a twist. Keep extending your left heel back, reaching through the right fingertips, opening up the collarbone, deep breaths. Bring your right hand down, ready for high lunge. Feet hip width distance apart, so if you're a bit wobbly before, try taking your feet wider. And then we're going to sweep the arms up, palm to palm. So we need space in the spine for our twist as well. So we take the hands to the chest, bring the chest forward, space in the spine before hooking your left elbow to the outside edge of your right thigh. Keep reaching through your left heel, drawing the belly away from the thigh, rolling the right shoulder back. Bringing the hands down to frame your front foot. Step back to plank. Inhale at the top of your plank. Shift forward, either drop the knees or keep the knees hovering. Lower down. Flatten the tops of the feet, elbows in, shoulder heads back. Anchor down from core to toes, lift the chest up. Exhale, ripple down. Take your hands either side of the mat on your finger pads. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, ripple back down. Take your hands either side of your ribs, ready to push up to plank. So tuck the toes under, lift the knees off, push up, inhale, push the floor away, and then exhale, push back, downward dog. Catch your breath in your downward dog. Lift the hips high, send the chest back. Breathe. At the end of your next exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, walk, step or jump the feet between the hands. Halfway lift once you land, hands to shins or fingertips. And exhale, bow, curl the nose in towards the shins, legs can be bent or straight. Inhale, arms wide, all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down through the chest. Tree pose again, taking your right leg up. Hands to the chest. And then arms up wide, palms facing each other. Keep that left hip back as you swivel around to the right. No rush. Coming back to center, we're going to try and transition into high lunge. So bring your right knee forward. Sweep the arms back as you take your right leg back. So we're going to go through warrior three balance. Bend standing leg, reach your right leg back, touch the floor, rebound off the ground, take the arms up. Don't worry if you have to, a little wobble, you need to do that through in stages. And then for the twist, palm to palm, right elbow to the outside edge of your left arm. And twist, back to high lunge. Warrior two, drop the back heel down, take the arms out into a T. So you're opening up that left hip to the left. Reverse warrior, back hand to back five, take the left arm up and over. Side angle, front forearm to front thigh, right arm up and over, or if you want something deeper, left hand down to the floor. Feel the stretch from your back heel to your fingertips. Good, look down at your front foot, take the hands down to frame the front foot and swivel onto the base of the back toes. Drop the back knee down to the floor for low lunge. Get stable in the lower half of the body by getting the sensation of squeezing your left heel towards your back knee. And then sweep the arms up, low lunge, arms go back, heart lift. Palm to palm, right elbow to the outside edge of your left thigh. You can stay there or tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Untwist, take the hands down to frame the foot and step back to downward dog. Inhale, ripple over into plank. Exhale, lower down. Any variation. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Catch your breath. Press into the heel of the palms, sink into the heels. Bend your knees, look between your hands, walk, step or jump the feet between your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, arms wide, all the way up to standing, palm to palm. Exhale, hands down through the chest. Tree pose on the other side. So taking your left shoulder to foot to the calf or up into the thigh. Taking your arms wide, palms facing each other. Keep that right hip back and steady. Pivot to your left. Slowly unwind. Warrior three to high lunge. Take your left knee forward. Sweep the arms back as the left leg goes back through warrior three. To high lunge, bend standing leg, reach the left leg back, take the arms up. Palm to palm, left elbow to the outside edge of your right thigh. Returning back to high lunge, reach the arms up. Warrior two, drop the back heel down, arms out into a T. Reverse warrior, back hand to back thigh, right arm up and over. Side angle, right forearm to right thigh, or left arm up and over, or you can take the right hand down to the foot. Look down at the front foot, take the hands down to frame the front foot as you swivel onto the base of the back toes. Low lunge, drop the back knee down to the floor. Stabilize, think about the thighs hugging in towards each other. Sweep the arms up and back. Get that flexibility, fluidity in the spine. And then palm to palm, left elbow to the outside edge of your right thigh. Stay there, or tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot, step back to downward dog. Vinyasa, inhale, ripple over into plank. Exhale, lower down. Hug the elbows in, flatten the feet, inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, child's pose, on the knees, take the knees wide, big toes together, sink the hips back, forehead down to the mat. Rock up onto your hands and knees, swivel round onto your bum. Take your left leg forwards, Matsyendrasana twist, and step your right foot over your left thigh. Left elbow crease round the right knee, right arm behind. Anchor down, both pelvic halves, lift up through the spine, create space, and then twist. Roll the right shoulder back, look over your right shoulder. Untwist, look forward. Other side, right leg forward, left knee in. Step your left foot over your right thigh. Right elbow crease around your left knee and left arm behind. Anchor both sit bones down, lift up through the spine. Roll your left shoulder back, turn the chest to your left. Feel that massage to the abdominals, the digestive organs. Untwist, look forwards, unravel the legs. Lie on your back. Hug your left knee in, send your right leg down to the floor. Hands around the back of your left thigh, extend your left leg up. Draw the left leg in towards you. If you've got the flexibility, you can take the hand around the calf or the foot. then bend your left knee, right hand to your left knee, left arm out into a T. So the anchor point is anchoring your left shoulder down and then taking your left knee over to the right for a twist. You know you've gone too far if the left shoulder starts to lift up. And bring your left knee back in. Switch sides, right knee in, left leg down. Hands round the back of your right thigh, extend your right leg up. Bring that right leg in towards you. Option to take the hands around the calf or to the toes. And then bend your right knee. Left hand to your right knee, right arm out into a T. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, right knee over to the left. You can think about the organs getting like a nice squeeze. And then as you untwist, fresh blood flow into the organs, fresh nutrients. Bring your right knee back in. Both soles of the feet to the mat. Feet together, legs together, arms out into a T. Let both knees drop over to the right. Turn the head to your left. Bring your knees back in and drop the knees over to your left. Bring the knees in. A little bit more of a stronger twist. You're going to hover the feet off, but keep the knees over your hips. The shins sort of parallel to the sky, knees over hips. Take both knees over to the right. Turn your head to the right. So take your knees over to the right about 3/4 of the way. Bring your knees back in. Take them over to the left 3/4 away as you look over to your right. Any final unwinding in that spine. Bringing the knees in, over to your right 3/4 of the way. Bring your knees back in and over to your left. Knees back in, feet to the floor. Shavasana, legs down, arms down, palms up. Tracing the line of your spine again as it enjoys that unwinding, that movement to the muscles and tissues surrounding it, and the effects that has all the way up through the spine, into the shoulders, and through the whole of the body really. Give yourself time to absorb all the movements of the practice. Stretch the arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Roll over to one side and then bring yourself up to seated. Taking the hands to the knees, close the eyes. Root down through the pelvis, lift up through the spine, broaden the shoulders away from the ears. Arms out wide. Inhale, arms up, palm to palm. Exhale, hands down through the chest. Thank you very much for your practice. Namaste. A big thank you from me and Park Yoga. Hopefully you're feeling really good with those twists. Have a great day. See you soon.